Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Salad Bowl Podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Thompson. And today we get to jump into an episode that I won't be in. One of the cool things about the Salad Bowl of life is that there's different ingredients for everything. And sometimes removing myself out of the equation can give us more of an authentic look at something that I couldn't provide. In this next episode, we're going to be talking about sisterhood. I didn't grow up with a sister, but I will tell you this. In this next episode, these two people that I have coming in, the guest and the guest host, know plenty about it, and they open up with their experiences to tell us what true sisterhood is all about. I'm glad that you came to the table, so let's jump right into the next episode of the Salad Bowl Podcast.
Now, give me my theme music.
You are now tuned in to the Salad Bowl. You are now tuned into the
Listen up, don't care if you about to pass out or you just getting up. You really did your thing with this one, Kevin, gotta give it up. Messages you bring and be motivation to live it up. We out here really normalizing authenticity. Can't be talking all the time cause that mean you ain't listening. I think you look better when you smile, I see you glistening. Communication helping me to see what you envision. And yeah, back to the mission then. Whether you black, white, brown, yellow or green, more can be accomplished as a team. Together the problem is never as hard as it may seem. Lot of captivating convos like Martin telling his dream. We choosing curiosity over certainty. You should certainly subscribe to this one here with some urgency. This a win. Even Callie know you are now tuned in to the Salad Bowl.
Salad Bowl Podcast.
It's the Salad Bowl Podcast.
You are now tuned in to the Salad Bowl.
It's the Salad Bowl Podcast.
Yeah, you are now tuned in to the...
It's the Salad Bowl Podcast.
You are now tuned in to the Salad Bowl.
You are now tuned into the Salad Bowl Podcast with Kevin Thompson.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Salad Bowl. I'm not your usual host, but today I am. I'm Moriah, and today we have a fabulous guest who is also my sister, which is the reason why I'm here. Kev, hashtag Salad Bowl Kev, asked me to come because we have a special dynamic. We're sisters. Woo. And he can't be a sister. I mean, anyway. So, okay, let's get started. Yeah. So we begin the Salad Bowl Podcast with the harvest.
All right.
Which is supposed to be about like where you started.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us where you started.
I started right behind you, girl.
You did. Right behind you.
Yeah, I started here in New Orleans. Probably not the whole beginning, right?
Well, you could start with childhood and like 1, 2, skip a few.
All right. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, here in New Orleans, skipped a few behind you, which is great. I got nothing but good things about our childhood. It was a good time, guys.
Nothing but good things.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, kind of rough in some places, but didn't know it at the time, which I think is really cool.
I would. Yeah. Yes and no.
Yeah. Some rough, you know. Some rough, you know.
It's
but
like real, like obviously rough.
Yeah.
But it didn't take away from childhood being an overall positive experience.
Correct. Family is a huge part of me. And I even remember in like middle school, early high school years, telling myself or realizing like family was one of my big values, which I don't know, feels profound to me because high school is where you make a lot of mistakes. But for that to be something that I recognize as like, no, this is a value of mine.
But why do you think?
Because of how we grew up, right? So
they don't know about how we grew up.
All right, so check this, guys. So everybody on one side was here in New Orleans. And so but the way that we grew up was very family centered, right? Like not just our unit, is 7 of us in the unit that we grew up in. But then there's a million other ones in
less than a million.
Not less. Mm-hmm. And so we were always around them, right? So we would do like holidays or just, go by grandma's house or nanny nights, which was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
being with the cousins, and we were the youngest cousins, but that had its perks too. And so just around family all the time, and that being such a positive, or those being positive interactions.
Which is not always. Like, a lot of people are around the family a lot and don't decide that they like that. They actually choose to go away from it.
Absolutely. And I think that's one side, right? Like where people are always by their family and don't like it. But then there's also the ones that's not around family and maybe yearn for it, or, you know, something. So, deeply family oriented. I think I'm an observer, for sure. I'm number 4 or 5, and I would battle number 3 because we've got twins in between us, and so it's like not technically the number 3 is not technically number 3.
Yeah, she don't count. You don't count.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, you know,
right? She knows.
But yeah, I felt like I would just observe a good bit, trying to figure out like where did I fit in, because y'all were like the big sisters, and then it was little brother, and I couldn't leave him behind. But then I was like, I don't want to be with the little brother. I want to be with the sisters, and then just trying to figure that out. And I think just observing, which has kind of brought me to my career. I think I'm athletic.
Okay, athletic.
Exercise and health, like going back to values, right? Family, I remember that being something that I recognized, but also health, which not like a health freak, right? Like, or a health nut, but
it's like an awareness.
Yeah, an awareness, but also an appreciation, right? And I think those go cyclical, right? Like, if you are to be appreciative of the body that I have and the mind that I have and the breath that I breathe and all the things, I have a responsibility to also take care of it, right? And so like overindulgence was always something I felt hyper aware of, but also like family upbringing, certain things help me to be aware of health as well. And so, yeah, I think, and that's probably the incorporation of like athletic side of things.
But that also seems to tie into something else I know about you, which is that you care about the environment. Like, I feel like you care about like the health of the environment and see how you specifically affect your immediate environment, which like adds to the whole.
Yeah. And right, because so there's the individual, but then there's also like, you know, you zoom out and it's all of us, right? And like, if I don't litter, great. But like, if you and everybody else is littering, then
how does that help?
Yeah, or like when I refuse a bag at the grocery store, good Lord, like you would think I've disrespected the clerks,
I know every
you know?
time I bring my own bags, they're like, oh,
you want to bag it yourself too? Like, sure,
I don't mind actually. I kind of prefer that
because you probably don't do it right now.
Okay, so here's my question: do you feel like you were aware of health and recycling as a child, or that came later?
I think I could see it like forming as I was young. Like, okay, like in hindsight, right? I could see it not being something that was mine, the recycling side and environmental side. But I have vivid memories of our mom, shout out, like digging in the trash at family functions, not like parks and stuff, guys.
Don't do that to my mama, don't.
But like, you know, going through the trash and like separating stuff or rinsing out cans to make sure it's recycled. And again, like going back to just observing, right? Like not necessarily jumping to go help or, you know,
just noticing.
Yeah, just noticing
which is the theme, noticing things.
And noticing like, oh, I can do something about it. And she did something about it. And trying to do that now. And also like, share that.
Others.
Yeah, encouraging other people because I think we all have a responsibility to this planet that we been dropped on.
Deep sigh.
Yeah.
Okay, so childhood, we have some values. Yeah. So then tell us about going from like the transition from childhood to adult life.
Yeah.
You could just pick a few of your favorite little cherries.
Right, skip a few, right?
Uh-huh.
There was some figuring out of myself, for sure. I'm a married ladies, guys.
Woohoo!
Lady. But, and I'm married to a woman. a phenomenal woman.
Shout out Julily.
Shout outs. If you go watch her episode,
That's right.
she got the episode. She got the story a little crooked.
Uh-oh.
You could delete that out. She did.
What she said?
Because she said that I pursued her and I was the da 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 da. But that's not. She got the timeline wrong.
But you were the first person to say.
I said I love her.
But I'm saying.
But way before the I love her, she did all, like, she was the one that said that she was jealous of me. And I was like, what are you talking about jealous? Like, we best friends and stuff. And then even before that, she asked her.
So she was talking around it, but it was there.
Yeah.
Which you could sense. And you were like, okay, so guess what? I love you.
Yeah.
And then she was like.
And it was even like, it wasn't just I love you. It was like, because I was kind of talking through it, right? Like we just talked about verbal processing.
Yes.
I was kind of like, sometimes I feel like something's going on, but I don't really know. And sometimes I feel like maybe there's like big feelings here. Mm-hmm. And she was like, oh my gosh. Like, I remember this vividly. It was 2014. I know exactly what happened. But whatever. So she just was like, oh yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. And then it kind of just, it was history from there. But anyway, getting to the point where I felt comfortable accepting like myself with a woman was really hard.
What would you say was over the course of how many months, days, years?
I don't know. I guess probably 1, 2 maybe years.
That's faster than I would expect.
Because I think like 2014, I remember things coming, like questions and like, what's happening? What's really going on here? And then 2015 was more like, okay, no, yeah, this was happening. I still wasn't like, I don't think I had told y'all.
No, I remember where I was. I remember being on the phone where I was in Georgia. It had to be 2016 or because we were in our apartment in Athens.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it took some time to get to that point. Which had to do with like, again, upbringing and stuff. Upbringing, but also like my own self and like, what I thought was going to be my end game. Like, people talk about like, the white picket fence and 2 dogs. For whatever reason, I very much remember visualizing a white picket fence.
That's hilarious.
A dog and like this chocolate man, like this huge man.
Well, I think we all thought about chocolate men. I will say that we all thought about.
We are chocolate, huh?
We like chocolate. We are chocolate in our own right.
We're a version.
We're a version, but I feel like we all have leaned towards that. Yeah, the fence. I'm not following
the most though.
My son believes himself to be a chocolate man, and he's about as close as I am.
Yeah.
But and the dog, no question.
Yeah.
I can see the dog. The fence is interesting.
Yeah. I got nothing.
But did you imagine yourself married? Like, did you envision your wedding and your person?
And that's another.
I ain't did that either. I never thought about. I thought about being a mother.
Yeah.
I never thought about like, people talk about dreaming about your wedding
day and
I
what
never
I was
did that
wear, ever.
Not once. Mm-mm. And I love the person that I'm married to, and we had a wonderful.
Celebrate Kev.
That's right. Woo! Check out his new beard, y'all. Anyway. Okay. So you envisioned. So was it hard? Was it hard being like, oh, perhaps actually this is what I like? Like, I know I have this picture over here. Was it hard being like, because Julily is a wonderful person. Woo. She's not a chocolate man.
She is not a tall chocolate man. She's the opposite of all of that.
Right.
And I think it was and I kind of talked to this in my wedding vows, but like shedding my expectations and just noticing and recognizing and also appreciating who she was.
Mm-hmm.
And I think all that came, like that appreciation came from realizing that she 100% knows me and like made the choice too, right? And so it's like, who cares if it's a tall chocolate man, right? Like this person, she gets me, and I get her too, and she's foxy.
She's very
a foxy
foxy
lady, and so, I think I think it is just a shedding of expectations.
But I think we all have to do that.
And I was actually thinking that for you.
Whether it's the partner that you end up with, your career path,
that's what I
or
thought
lack
of you
thereof.
for. Like with your sweet relief. And just like letting go, whatever the prescribed trajectory is.
Right.
And
we all have to do that. And it takes us all different amounts of time to get to, or what I feel like some of us stay in this spinning space where we're like, but I'm supposed to have. Yeah. And in that way, we end up like kind of getting in our own way. And it's not to say that you should let go of any like certain, I don't want to say, I can't think of the word, not qualifications, but like, it's not that you should be like, oh, well, I wanted to be with someone of this, whatever. And I just throw it all out the window. It just means maybe you don't meet all of these specific, like,
expectations.
Right.
Yeah. Agreed.
Well, I don't know if we're still supposed to be harvesting or not. But can you think of anything else that's like maybe fundamental is the idea? Like fundamental to who you are?
Oh, yeah.
What else?
Yeah, I can. Okay, so I remember early adulthood thinking about, well, we're into like the Adinkra symbols and,
which are like West African symbols, and they have meanings associated with them. Meanings are like phrases that kind of go along with them. And you could, check them out. They're pretty cool. Like it's kind of like a combination of art and language and representation.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, and so I think we all have several of them marked on our bodies in different places. And I remember getting the biggest one I have is for evolution, right? Or evolving.
That's the big circle one.
Yeah. And I remember, I think like right around the time that I started getting into psychology, I was thinking about just evolution and just really appreciating that as it is, right? A plant's evolution, a relationship evolution with family, with an intimate relationship with as a parent, and like in your profession. And I think there's a humility associated with evolving.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? And so on both ends, right? Like no matter which, because as a parent to a child, right? Like there's a power dynamic, but it doesn't matter whose you are, like if you accept the evolution of your relationship. And so I think that's another big part of me, and something that I try to keep
like on the conscious part of your brain.
Yeah, because I think getting locked down is just lame. I think it's just what's the point? Because you stay true, or like because you been about it, still about it. Like, and of course, there's some things that you're gonna always, that will always resonate. But
but everything grows.
Everything grows.
Everything changes. Everything grows. No matter how you try. To hold on to stuff.
Yeah, your palate changes.
Right.
Digestive system changes.
They really do, don't they?
Hair changes.
Hair.
All the things.
Joints.
Yeah. Yeah. Vision. Hello.
Okay, what about, so I always think about your college experience compared to my college experience. Yes, that is not what I do when I think about my college experience, which I was actually recently met with when I took Kaya for a college visit there. which was sort of cool. And actually, when I think about it, like when I reflect on my college visit, I'm like, my face looks bad. It's not a bad face, but before I'm like, I mean, it was college, right? Like it was a stair step to get me to the next place. Mm-hmm. For that, I'm grateful. Mm-hmm. But when you talk about your college, you do a whole dance, and there's at least like 16 other people anywhere at any given time who will holler and respond, call and respond. It's cool. But as I was there recently, I thought about it. I was like, wow, this is the last place that I was myself by myself, because me and Kev had Kaya when I was a junior at the end of my junior year in college. Yeah. And so I quickly went from college to motherhood and to like advanced relationship and then straight into marriage, etc. So I know my college experience is very different. Like I look fondly on your college experience, and I still just recently was just like, that was a cool little moment. That was a cool moment. But tell us about your much cooler highlights.
Well, I don't know if it was cooler because I didn't
cooler.
live your life, but I definitely
cooler.
Am appreciative of my
1000% cooler
experience at the Xavier University of Louisiana. It was amazing. It was the best. It was the best thing I could have done for myself. And I remember, so school for me, mind you, I said family and health, and like athleticism. I did not say academics as a value. So school was a fun place for me, and I socialized a lot. And I wasn't like a bad student, except for one teacher that told me that. Do you know that?
No.
Yes. My
at Carr?
No.
Oh,
never.
I was about to say.
In Georgia, told me I was a bad student.
The thing is, y'all, I was a good student, but it came relatively easily to me. I don't feel like, I tried. Not to say I didn't try. I tried. And I was kind of typical as like I'm the oldest of our crew. So I feel like I was kind of typical and like, you are supposed to work hard, you get good grades. But like right in front, or so after me and right in front of Felice are a set of twins.
Geniuses.
And like multiple factorial geniuses. Like one twin didn't get a B till college. Sometime in college? I think it was college.
Might have been college.
I think it was college. Did you hear what I said?
Full rides.
So full rides, like, and they were, and it.
But also, boy.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying right in front of you.
Yeah.
Our youngest is our only baby boy brother. My first baby. Was also like same level.
Genius level.
Yeah, very easily and in a different vibe. But anyway, the twins were involved in so many activities and like just at the top of anything that they wanted to do. And like, I don't want to say it came like the way that it sort of came easy to me, in the way that like I was supposed to be a good student and I was able to be a good student. They had such like wisdom and like depth, it felt like, to what they did. So that's just a background to what she talking about right now.
Yeah. No, and I think that's an important background because
you were not a bad student.
I wasn't a bad student, but I think, going back to saying I was observant, I was like, okay, well, the academic, that title's checked off. Yeah.
Check.
I don't need that one. Which is probably also another reason why I was like, well, I'll do the sports, like, let me do that. But I passed. I graduated. And for whatever reason, I really don't know why. Well, actually, no, I think it was my ACT score. I think I did pretty well on my ACT and on my like SAT. But anyway, so this one school in Alabama gave me a full ride. I thought, I was like, oh, cool.
You're saying for whatever reason they gave you a full ride?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I guess the reason, because that's what I'm like, I finished with a 3.0, baby. Like, I'm not nothing out here. But so they brought me out there to like check the campus out. And I did see people that looked like me, but it was so disgusting because they were like
Not relatable.
gods. No, yeah, they were like
Oh.
they were all athletes. They were all the athletes, and
Yeah,
they were
naturally.
like it was like
the
all
cool
the
people? Like,
yeah, and not even like cool people. It was like they were gods. Like,
interesting.
yeah, and I think that grossed me out. And just there weren't very many people that looked like me. And then the high school that we were at that time, it completely switched now, right? Because we just,
Oh, really?
yeah. Oh, yeah, because you didn't go there.
No.
It was not very black. But then at this point it is. But and so I just felt like we were away from home. I didn't feel comfortable. Or
It just didn't draw you in.
Yeah,
it just didn't draw you in.
It wasn't what I wanted. And I
Then
know
you
Dad
walked onto
talks-
campus.
right? And but like Dad talks about it or not all the time, but like Dad talks about that decision, me not going to Spring Hill, and then me not going to or like a different career move down the line. He's like, I don't know why you did that, and it's just like
Why you didn't go?
yeah,
Really?
yeah. Well, I think he understands why I went to Xavier, but he's just
Because
like
of the
that wouldn't have
scholarship?
been a decision that he made for himself
Because you passed the scholarship.
because I had a scholarship there. Yeah.
I mean, we both see that as parents to
Yeah.
17-year-olds.
Yeah.
Wow. Looks like we have more to uncover.
Yeah.
Okay, so then
So
continue.
so then I applied to Xavier, which was the only school that I applied to. That was the big guy upstairs there. I don't know what was going on there. Got in, moved in. Katie was our the one twin who I battled with third place for. She was at Xavier, and had already made her damn mark after 1 year.
as
of
previous
being there.
see previous statements.
Correct. Read above.
Read the above.
And yeah, so I when I went there, not only did I feel comfortable because my sister was also there, but also I was back by my family, back in the city that I knew and wanted to be in and missed, like yearned for,
Just FYI, we moved to Georgia after Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah.
And this would be we were living in Georgia. So coming to Xavier was moving back to New Orleans after
10. Oh no, 9.
but how many years was it?
9, 10, 11, 12. 4.
4 years, after 4 years. So this
Yeah.
means moving home. And at that time, most of the family that we talked about, that you were mentioning earlier, was back here.
Had already been
most
back.
of them were back here. So yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so you said it was, your sister was here. The rest of your family was here. You were in your city. And it was black on black on black on. A bunch of people who look like you.
Yeah, man. And it was so,
What's special about that?
and that's what I was just trying to figure out. How do I put that into words? And I think every black person that's attended an HBCU, I don't know if everybody struggled like me with putting it into words, but it was welcoming. I felt like I don't need to put on a facade. I found my people easily, quickly, people that I was just talking to on my way here, people that were in my wedding, right?
Lifelong friends.
Lifelong friend. Like there's no question about it that they're gonna be in my life. And yeah, it was perfect. It was a homecoming, I guess, in a sense. And
That's cool.
which is strange because, right, like I never been we've been to Xavier's campus from like with
here and
T-Black,
there.
but not like to make that my home, to be there. And that's why it's like I will forever rep Xavier with this dingy marked up bottle. Like I'm gonna go to homecoming. I'm a support. Like I love that school because of what it did for me and what it gave to me. And it's the other thing too, right? Because actually one of my students last year, I was talking to her about like what school she's looking at. And I think she brought up Xavier. And sometimes I try to stay neutral, but I was like, yeah, girl, go to Xavier. And she's like, well, I want to stay away from HBCUs because I know, they're not going to train you like a PWI, or they won't give you the same kind of education. And that is just insane to me. And it's like, who started that?
And by what standards?
By whose standards?
What's the measurement?
In what way? Is it like in the careers that you get afterwards? Is it by the academic achievement? Because in college is where my grades really picked up. Like I said, academic was not my thing. But, just being there and
being surrounded by, and, we talk about like-minded. It's not in all cases like-minded people.
No,
but maybe like similarly headed people, like everyone trying to advance in their own way, everybody trying to evolve in their own way. And, I feel like
similar struggles.
That's what I was going to say. So I don't really hear people talk as much about, what is it? Code switching?
Yeah.
That's actually, I feel like I don't hear people talk about that much anymore, but that's something that definitely still happens and always has happened. But when you can actually like just cut the switch off, when it's not a constant like on and off.
Yeah.
I think that's another one of the things that we like, that's like you know, if you have to close all your apps on your phone in order for it to like, for the battery to, you know what I'm saying? Like if it's eating your battery life, you got to close some apps. That's like an open app.
Yeah.
I feel like it can be in your brain. If you have to constantly.
I like that.
That's
a good one.
That's why your girl's on the salad bowl today, baby. Okay, so, but for real, it feels like something that you have to work on. You have to be consciously like, you got to be aware. Okay, where am I?
Who's going to touch my hair today?
Who's watching? I mean, so when I was in college, so I can do hair. I've always done hair. When I was in college, it's why when I was in college, I did my hair one time. I don't remember I think going to college was the first time I ever had a relaxer. So generally my hair was straight or maybe like a little crinkly. But one time, my first year in the dorms, at a PWI, I put cornrows in my hair. And this
person,
roommate or hallmate, she like, passed me and she said, "Oh my God, you scared me." And I was like, what? Because it didn't even dawn on me. Like, I didn't know what she was talking about. Like, was I loud? Like, what did I do? And she was like, your hair is just so ghetto fabulous. And I paused in the moment and I was like, what? And one of my other friends, who also happens to be white, was like, let's go. Like, she just kind of helped me move through the moment. But like, that was one moment. And I can name several where people have made statements that like, if we just took a second longer to sit in them, you'd be like, that wasn't, what do you mean by ghetto fabulous?
Come out of my mouth.
Yeah, like what do you mean by that? Yeah. You prefaced it with, I was so scared, which like I could go into it, but this is not my episode. The point is, y'all were dealing with differences. Everybody came from different backgrounds. People may have come from different states, may have come from just different little side pockets of New Orleans, but maybe that was one less switch that you had to work with.
Yeah. No, I think that's a really good description of it. Because the five of us are all from different places. Like all of us are different from different places. So it's not, and it's some people from the north, New York.
You said the five of us,
including me. Oh, my friends, my lifelong friends.
I assumed you meant our five siblings, and I'm like, we're from five different places. You mean like how I'm first in line, and then so I was gonna go, and then you said New York, and I was like, wait a minute.
Let's get a definition.
Clarification, please. All right.
Yeah.
Your five closest friends from Xavier.
Yes. We're all from different places. And so we, the North and New Orleans, what we got in common,
A few things.
Yeah, I guess a few things. But
few.
Yeah.
Not like a lot.
But probably also the battery app on thing that you were talking about. And so
I'm gonna keep using that.
I think that's a good. We just got. I didn't find a way to condense that. Right
No, but
just now.
But you did
we'll
it though. We did. Well, yeah.
It'll
Fine tune it later.
Yeah. Yeah, and so that was amazing, and I think it also helped me to foster a like, and maybe foster is not the right word, but to feed into maybe something that already existed within me, which was like this interest in like giving back, right? And so I joined a lot of stuff at Xavier too. And probably some of that Caitlin was like, oh, I'm in this, go to this. Or y'all go find my sister because she doing this. Just probably some of that. But I also like wanted to help. Like there was a group called Peer Deans at Xavier, and you just like welcome the freshmen coming in, help them get settled and oriented and everything. And that was just so much fun and like something that I always wanted to do, like help the new freshmen coming in and like stayed in touch with them and like continue relationships. And I remember one of them, I think when I was a senior, one of the like later classmen or underclassmen was like, my mom was asking about you the other day because I helped her move into the dorm. And so it's just, you know, small things that are not small at all.
Yeah.
And I think are things that you feel when you share cultural values.
You know who was they didn't call them peer deans, but you know who helped welcome me onto the campus? One of my closest friends from college.
Who? Oh, Laura? Mm-mm. No, because Laura's with you.
Right.
Not Rain.
No, but it was a person. It was Adriana.
Oh.
I distinctly, this is another one of my closest friends. The one friend who ushered me into the room and was like, I'm gonna have to see about you later. It was the eyes that she gave her. That's one friend, lifelong friend. My second lifelong friend from college was Adriana, and she was there greeting people. And it's cool that you say that because I just thought she was an upperclassman. Wow. She was like so warm and bright. She really is. Yeah. And when we didn't connect immediately, but like when we circled back and we found our friendship, I was like, I could have sworn you been gold here because you really like brought me in. So I can imagine, I can see her helping me unload my stuff. Yeah. So I can see how that person remembered you doing the same thing.
Yeah, man. David's great.
Okay, so and our dad went there.
Yep.
And both of our parents are educators.
Yep.
And I feel like there was a good number of people who I feel like we would run into in the city who would like have known our parents, you know,
or auntie,
or
cousin,
because they like most
grandma.
of them were
our neighbor,
teachers, educators. So how did being surrounded by all of those educators impact maybe your choices in college or anything else? Mm-hmm.
To be honest, I think I chose Xavier because it was back home and Caitlin was there.
Well, and Nanny Byrne went there and Tibet went there. And that wasn't, you think that was part of it or no?
Okay, to a degree that I think it felt like, and maybe this is why I only applied to Xavier and I got into Xavier. Maybe it was some divine intervention saying like, this is your next step.
Yeah.
Like, there is no other step to go.
Come on in.
Right. Which is like maybe part of why I felt so like such like a homecoming.
Yeah.
Right. Like
that's cool.
Because it's where I was
to imagine it was like you were following.
And even like, so we just had our centennial, shout out. And Uncle Pop and Aunt Ronnie and
and it
Dad
came down.
and Katie and me and just all the, plus other people from my class and people from before classes and people from under classes. And it just felt it was really cool. And so I think, to your question of, was it the educational background or push? No, I don't think that influenced it. I think it was more so just, there was no other choice.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to say, so maybe that was part of, if I think about your boy Kev and how he talks about like his decision to go into the Marine Corps, because it was like, there was never, I don't want to say never. We're not trying to put like words anywhere, but I don't think it wasn't ever like coached like, okay, next you get further education. Like that wasn't part of the speech. It was kind of more like you have to, go to school and pass and get good grades. But I don't think there was a lot of like speaking to going to the next level of education. And so I wonder if You like as a student who you guys were the way you describe yourself, what I know about you and what I know about your boy Kev in high school, y'all enjoyed high school.
Some similarities.
A few little similarities, okay? Y'all enjoyed high school.
Yeah.
And so like you did enough to pass and you enjoyed yourselves.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, I wonder if that's the difference between the next step being like, I don't know, I'm going to find something, but not necessarily college, to it being like, well, I know I'm going to college. Which one? Probably that one. You know what I'm saying? So maybe in a way that didn't feel obvious.
It didn't feel like a major factor.
Right.
But it was probably an open tab in the background.
Baby. All right now. But not like a draining open tab.
No, it didn't.
It was one you just kept going back to and you would open as you like saw it and you'd be like, yeah, I remember that. And you close it.
Yeah.
And go back. Okay.
It was like one of them ones you can't turn it off, kind of running.
Right.
running.
Like, yeah, them don't, but they don't drain your battery the
They
same
don't
way.
drain
You can
the
run that
battery.
one on 20% or
Yeah.
below.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for sharing all of those things.
Sure.
So now the toss up is a game where you take the bowl, there's questions in it, you give it a toss as you would a true salad.
Mm-hmm.
Pick a question. Well, pick a thing and it's a question.
Okay.
You'll hand it to me and I'll read the question and you get to answer.
Cool.
Oh, this is good. What's something you think we understand about each other that nobody else does?
Ooh, that's a great one.
It is.
Humor.
I know, right? We're hilarious, guys. You may not. You might miss that.
Something that we understand that nobody else does. I think, yeah, because I'm going back and like either humor.
You can have two answers.
Okay.
What's some things?
Some things. Or is it something?
Hey, I'm the executor of this episode. You can have two answers.
Okay. I think humor for real, because I think that's a big part of us. But I also think,
It's a hard question.
it is hard. Because
What do we
maybe-
understand about each other?
maybe just like our essence, you know? Okay, follow me. I know you, and you know me, and we're a happy family.
Family.
No, and I think like we were just talking about this about the name for your business, right? And so my interpretation of that conversation was that you were, this was such a big deal. You had to figure out the name for your company, and like you wanted it to be right. You wanted it to be an accurate depiction, and again, my interpretation of this experience was like, oh, you already have it. It's right there. And like these were words that you said, and I just kind of spit it right back to you, and you were like, oh yeah, that's it. And like that's just one example that we just were talking about. But I feel like in our like when we get to a moment, I seek you out, right? Because I'm like, because guess what? This is crazy. And then you'll be like, yeah. But also, if you just think about this thing, and I'll be
That
like,
is crazy.
okay, fine. and vice versa. I think that we understand and accept, right? Like I think I know you, and I think you're dope, and you're the shiz. And again, like you know me. And so for you to know me, and I think that you're the shiz. Can we curse on there? Okay. Yeah. And to reciprocate that, feels like just this, everlasting, cool ass thing, that I think we both recognized a while ago.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, it feels like a hard answer.
Yeah.
And what you're describing is that like we just really know each other and really get down with the person that we know.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, cause if, I get to a point where I be tripping, and then you'd be like, yeah, not me.
No.
I'm a penguin. But it seems like there's the humor part, right? Because you know where that comes from.
I sure do, guys.
And everybody watching this not gonna know where that comes from.
Too bad.
So
That's the magic.
yeah, that's the humor and the understanding. That's my answer.
Okay.
Yes.
My brain is working hard on it because it's like that feels like it sums it up too small.
Really?
Yeah, but maybe not. Like maybe I just wanted to I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
What's your answer?
I don't know. I don't it feels like I can't all the way capture it in my words. What I understand about like maybe it's like I just all the way love you, like from the front of the word to the back of the word, and like
From L to E.
L and around, baby. L to E and back on around.
The straight parts of the line letters.
Yeah. In between
Yeah.
the shadowy parts. Mm-hmm. I don't know. That might not make sense.
No, I think we're maybe saying around the same thing.
Yeah, I think so. All right, toss it up. Next
Okay.
question.
This guy.
Okay. This one's hard.
Are you answering it?
No.
Oh.
I gotta ask it though.
All right.
Okay. Have I ever hurt your feelings without knowing it?
Probably. Probably.
That you can't that stays with you.
Oh, like a real hurt. Not like you made me walk to school because I was taking too long.
They always want to talk about that business. I'm a better
Because,
woman.
Let me say, my mic is on. So Moriah is the oldest of the five of us, and she learned how to do hair early on, like she spoke to. She did all our hair.
Like she's supposed to?
Spoke to. Like
I was like, well, damn.
she needed to do this.
Okay.
So she did all of our hair.
This is embarrassing.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No,
Well,
it's
let me
not.
see what you finna say.
She wielded her power. She held power and she wielded it. And one of those powers, she also drove. And so we lived how far from car?
Not a quarter mile.
Not even a quarter mile. And so it was a privilege to drive to school. And so she knew that was a privilege, baby, because we could also walk. And so if we weren't out the door on time, my girl said, see you at lunch.
I feel like I never actually did that.
Did you not ask Caitlin and Alexi?
No, I don't want to.
I will ask
I
them
really
for
don't
you.
remember I remember wanting to,
Of
but I don't
course
remember.
you don't.
Yeah, I blocked it out.
It happened.
Okay, but
Okay, an intentional hurt of my feelings.
not intentional. Not
I'm saying
necessarily.
in this.
Oh, yeah. Well, it just says not did I intentionally hurt you.
Oh, but just
But like, was it something that was heavier than I left you and made you walk to school?
No.
You hear that, guys?
Yeah. I don't think that's in your I don't think that you're even capable of that because, well, for me, I can't speak to Celibate Kid.
And don't name one of y'all need to ask him either. All right.
Because I think that you're like the Virgo in you. I don't know if that's the Virgo. You can edit that. I don't know. Signs and shit.
We want to know astrology, but we really do not know
I
that.
don't know none of that. I think that
I think it does play a role, but anyway. Go ahead.
right? Okay, so I think that who you are is so aware of how you come across and yeah, like how you're received by other people that even if you do say something, if you're like, okay, I can't talk right now, it's like, okay, my interpretation, she can't talk right now, but you'll be like, but okay, I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean like, I'll come back and I'm like, okay, girl, you can't talk right now. That's okay. And I just feel like you're so aware that you'll come back to whatever could have hurt me. But like, even truly, I can't think of a time where, I mean, like you disagree with things that I say. I'm like, because this was wrong, right? And you'd be like, I could see how your feelings are hurt. And also, I remember a time where there's something else, and I'm like, All right, fine.
Do you know what my brain went to? Because I couldn't remember it. When you told me that you were in a relationship with Julissa, I don't remember what my response was. And I guess that same part of me that makes you always ask, I always wondered, like, did I make her feel good? Did I make her feel safe? Did I make her feel
like in your reaction?
However I responded. Yeah, I'm like, I don't remember. That's where my mind went to.
Did I tell you separate from the twins?
We were on the phone. Yeah, so I mean, I wasn't with the twins. We were on the phone.
No, girl, you were fine. All of y'all were fine.
Yes.
And which was just more evidence that it was all in my head. Actually, I do remember. I remember one thing that I was like, oh, why? When you were pregnant with Kaya, you told, I think, Maul first.
Yeah.
And then the twins. And then the twins told me.
You weren't home.
Well, I just remember feeling like, why?
Because I had been called upstairs by
Probably.
that parent.
Into the back seat and then to out the house.
All the things.
Yeah.
That's another episode, guys.
That's another.
So, okay.
That's an episode.
All right. What you said?
I was like, I don't even know if that's an episode.
No, well, yeah, no, it probably,
Yeah.
This one is about Fifalina. 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 Our mama used to sing that to her. Fifalina. We all had songs. I remember you saying this. We all had songs.
Yeah, I had a freaking...
My song had words. It was from a whole Broadway show.
Yeah.
The twins shared a song.
Way out west, they got a name. Rain and wind and fire. And then I'm going to just cut right there because there's more words.
There is.
And then the twins, there's Katie or
Alexi. Alexi. You're the only good girl that I adore.
And I'm going to cut right there because there's more words. The little brother, Jamal.
Mama's little baby named Jamal Bernard. Mama's little...
baby named Jamal Bernard.
We never said we were
And we're going to
singers.
stop right there. Because again, there's what? More words. What's mine?
Fifalina. 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 Fifalina.
We can stop right there because it's just the same.
words.
That's it. That's all there is to it.
Fifalina. FIFA. All right.
So, yeah.
But I still thought it was...
Of course you did. You had 3 verses.
And y'all, people sing it to me all the time. This is
amazing
how I know
song.
generations. Do you know that?
No, the way I know generations is because when I introduce myself and they say, oh, Felice Navidad, I'm like, you're over 30.
Yes, exactly.
You're over 30.
That's like, well, see, and now I go like, you're over 60 maybe. When, if I say, my name is Moriah, they say, there's a song. That's how it always starts.
With the finger.
Yes, there's a song. Way out west. They gotta.
And they snap on the 1 and 3.
Yes, on the 1 and 3. Or I'm like, oh, Moriah. Me and Moriah.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's my
Your
generation
30s,
right there.
yeah.
Okay, all right, very good. Okay. Back to the toss-up. What do you think our relationship says about the women we became? These questions is hard.
These questions are dope.
I mean, I meant to say these questions are dope.
I mean, I think dope questions are hard questions.
You would say that.
You don't want to be like, what's your favorite color?
What is your favorite color, girl?
Okay, what does our relationship say about the women that we've become?
Yeah.
Tricky. I think it says that we are family oriented.
Jinx. My brain said community. I know, but my brain, I'm explaining. My brain
said community. I said family oriented. You said jinx?
Because we went to people surrounding us oriented. That's the same thing. It's like the same thing. I'm saying.
She's saying. Jinx. I would just say that. I'm gonna start saying jinx when I don't say shit to people.
Because I heard it in my head so loud and clear.
You heard not the same words that I said.
But it felt the same. right. What does the relationship that we have? Read the question one more time. Okay. Let me see. What do you think our relationship says about the women we became?
Okay. Yeah, I think it says that we care, right? Like, I think, to make a general statement, we care because I'll call you if I'm mad at the most beautiful woman on the planet. Or,
outstanding.
Or if that woman is mad at me, or if I don't know what to do with my 17-year-old, or
the second most beautiful woman in the world.
The second young woman.
Well, young woman. Young.
And you call me, right? Like when we're struggling. But then also, like, you'll just come kick it over by my house and bring my son.
That I birthed.
Yeah, your birth son. Mm-hmm. Your birth son for me.
Yes, son.
And yeah, like we enjoy the fun times, but also we'll explore the rough times and I think be open to a different interpretation of it, right? Because like you can call and commiserate, right? Like if I want to just be, talking trash, I'm sure there's somebody I could call to just be like, because da 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 da. But if I'm actually trying to process, then I'll call you. Or if I'm like, all right, am I actually tripping right now? Like, can you center me? Which I think maybe care is not the best word to just kind of
try to sum it up.
Yeah, succinct. But I think that you do have to care in order to make a call like that, right? Like, because I'm not calling up one of my besties and saying like, like talk trash with me,
right?
Calling you to process,
yeah.
Which means I care enough to get to a different ending, and you care enough to listen at that time, or if you got to come back because you're too busy right then. But also, yeah, it is a tricky question.
I think that the relationship on who we became. I think that the fact that it's not that we're like, I don't want to use the word dependent because that has like a negative connotation, but it sort of kind of is like that. So like the fact that we look to and kind of use each other to fill in, it speaks about the people that we want to be. Like, I think you speak to the person in some ways that I'm not, that I want to be. Mm. And maybe in some ways, maybe even if it's just like, okay, having had kids and like eventually maybe I want to be, so like maybe in that way, our relationship speaks to like who we are becoming. Mm-hmm. Maybe not became
Jinx,
is
because
okay. Go ahead. Because I was going to... You did it so smooth. That's what it... Because I was going to say that...
that we both striving towards something.
Yeah.
And like we're striving towards bettering ourselves in a way, like evolving, right? Like,
yes.
Whether that's with your business or within family or romantic relationships or not romantic relationship. Okay, we both locked in. Okay,
yeah. Only just the one romantic relationship
that we each got.
Correct.
Yeah, but like trying to move forward and better ourselves. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's it, that we're trying to better ourselves in love, in education, in a career.
Mm-hmm. Mental health.
Hey. Whew.
Yep. I'm going to put a little pin in that.
Yeah.
All right.
Number 4?
Yes. What kind of love do you think women struggle to receive?
Ooh. What a question.
Mm-hmm.
Who thought of these guys? What
Your
kind
boy
of
Kev.
your boy Kev? What kind of love do I think women struggle to receive? And see, this is like an interesting question because it could be because it is not present or because
Open
it
to
is,
interpretation.
right? Which I think would have two different answers. I think
That's kind of where my mind goes.
if it's not available, I think all right, this is gonna sound one-sided, but it's the side I got.
Yeah.
As a woman married to a woman,
Yeah.
I think sometimes women struggle to receive reciprocal or reciprocated love.
Yeah.
Right? Because of the roles and the titles that a lot of women who are in families or who have families, a lot of those titles, right, is like career person, wife, mother, which feels like period, but there's so much in there, right? Like there's so much that goes into each of those things. And I mean, no woman that I know is not working regularly, routinely. So we're all putting in our like 5 to 7 or 5 to 6 days a week, 7 days with some of those titles. And I think that there's some expectations for a woman that men don't often, or maybe men are not taught to give.
Right.
And
You're not like groomed.
yeah, and I think like somebody I was just recently talking to was talking about me with Julissa and like that's a soft life, right? And it's like, yeah, it is, you know, like if I think to do something for her, and she and I just talked about this. Like she came over, I don't know what I bought her. I think I brought her like a taco, to be honest with you. Like it was not even something serious, but like I brought her a taco at work. Maybe she was having a hard day or something. And she came over at the end of the day and she was like, thank you. Cause like I try to make meals for you at home. And so it's really nice that you do something for me. And like we can just keep it going like that. And I think, whereas if she does something for me, I'll try to do that same thing back for her. Whereas in some other relationships, it's like you do this for me and I'll do something else for you. Whereas maybe that does feel like reciprocity, but not equality, I guess.
Yeah. Well, so I think about myself and I think about like you were talking about the roles, right? I feel like, especially having started a family so young, before I wasn't grown. I was barely grown, and then kind of jumped into a few more hats. So I didn't put on the young woman doing my own thing hat. I kind of immediately put on family and mom hat. I don't know why we say hats, because hats imply like them things come off.
Or like you could fit more than one.
Yeah, on. Like what the heck? I don't know what to call
rings.
them. Rings, yeah. Rings, earrings. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna work on that one.
Yeah.
But the point is, it feels like now I started those roles and I feel it in the way that it was modeled to me in a lot of ways, and related to the person. I think being the oldest, the person I am, maybe it's that Virgo. Everybody tell me about that. But I'm a caring person. Like my career as a nurse, part of it is assessing what a person needs, whether that's like medical or not. I lean into it now, being lactation. I lean into like, you need reassurance. You need a soft place. You need to be told it's okay to not do, like all of these things. So I'm constantly assessing a person's need and I'm caring for that person. And now as I've gotten further in on those roles, I realize like what I would really like is for someone to do that to me.
Yeah.
Like I really want Kevin to look and be like, oh, your day has been heavy, or you need physical touch, or you need some, these things. But he wasn't groomed in the way that I've been groomed. And then like it was emphasized in my roles or, whatever, my personality. And so I think so I can see how people can probably feel similarly. Like, that's not to say that Kevin doesn't try to care for me or doesn't show me affection, but it's not in the same way that I would show affection to him. So I would agree. Like, I think that could be something that people struggle with is like, I think sometimes I'll say it like, I remember when we were younger, Kevin would buy me sneakers. And I happened to be matching sneakers. That's your boy Kev. And I very rarely wear sneakers. I mean, it was raining today, so I put on the rainy sneakers. But I generally am like barefoot or wearing sandals. And it took me a really long time to figure out, like, I remember one of our sisters saying, like, girl, that boy bought you them big expensive sneakers. That boy loves you. Look at that. And I'm like, I ain't never been on. But it's like I had to do that translation. Like, this is something Kevin really loves. Like, nice, fresh sneakers. Like, it feels like an old person to be like trendy sneakers, but like it would be like these just dropped, and I'm like, I don't know what that means, but in my I only recently got to a place where I could say like, actually, it'd be great if you like didn't spend that money and like made me dinner, or just gave me like a hug or something like that. Something that I didn't.
Which is like the love languages, right?
Yes.
Which I think is also because the language that the way that you give your love is not necessarily the way that you receive your or want to receive your love. Which,
but I think sometimes sometimes the way that you want to receive love is the way that you give love.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that the other person will even receive it that way.
Yeah.
And that it's not even the way that they really receive love to begin with.
And it's not necessarily something that has been explored, right? Like to even know,
right?
Oh, I want to touch your hand. Like, I want to hold your hand. And that's me feeling like I connect with you. And that's, and if you don't touch my hand when we in the mall, then I feel rejected. And I feel like you don't love my love.
Right.
You don't want my love. And so, if you don't recognize that as something to be recognized, or then to like share with your partner, you could be missing out, man. On something real simple too, right? Like, and I used to do this with my staff, right? Like, I would just ask them. Obviously, I didn't say like, "What's your love language?" I called it.
I'm so glad you didn't do that.
How you want your love language? I was like,
"Come on, Miss Secretary, tell me."
We call it work appreciation, right? Like, how do you like to be appreciated, right? Like, do you want words of affirmation or like, some little notes to be sent to you? Or do you want like your favorite bag of chips, or because, everybody on a budget. But so just, asking the questions for that to be like, oh yeah, cool. I do like this. And also I do this. Are you good with that? And like letting that be a guiding question.
But it sounds like you do have those conversations with Julissa. And it sounds like maybe in some of the ways that heteronormal. Is that the word now?
I mean, heteronormative, heterosexual.
Well, I don't want to make it seem like I'm accepting that is the normal, but like in a male and female relationship, you guys may experience like different, not to say that you don't ever have hardships, but it sounds like maybe in the way that some of those like couples like myself and Kev may struggle, it's a different struggle for you.
Yeah. And I think that goes back to like how we're socialized, right? Like,
right.
How are young girls socialized compared to young guys, and what is okay for young girls and what is okay for young guys?
Honestly, that's why I think there's all the reasons why I love how much my son loves you and loves being around. I mean, best friends.
That's my boy.
Like, and have been best friends. True, like actual, like enjoying. It's not.
Yeah. We locked in.
Anyway, I think it's cool because he, I feel like you guys, first of all, are very present with him and you speak to him in a lot of ways. And I think you guys demonstrate love in a way that's different from the way that me and Kevin demonstrate love. And I feel like that's good for him, is to see all the different ways that love is demonstrated and what relationships look like and what vulnerability looks like. Because I feel like y'all do a good job of being intentional about a lot of things. Yeah. And he's very observant of you.
He's super observant. He's observant, period.
Period. Just period. But And maybe that's why he's yours, because you were observant as a child and he's similarly observant.
But I think y'all also, like you and Kev, also create a space where he can be observant. And like even Kaya, right? Kaya is, I mean, all of your kids are just freaking dope. But
they're
like,
cool.
Yeah, for, you know, the way that Kaya comes to question things, right? Or like, I mean, Corey's brain is just a huge question mark, you know? Like, you can just see her freaking gears turning, and Cage is just literally going to ask you. But then he's going to ask you, but what I feel like is different with him, he remembers. And then he's going to bring the shit up when he's like, when you're driving him in the car and he's staring out the window and he's like, you remember and you're like, what are you looking at? And he's recounting the conversation.
It's the spinning.
And then he's going to, you know, have a segue question from there. Like, it's a great question, buddy. Like, I don't, let's talk about it, you know?
Let's talk about it.
Anyway, we
took a few little turns from the question.
Did we answer it? I guess.
I think so. I mean, like I said, you talked about, like, you described some of the ways that you feel like you're able to, you guys reciprocate love.
Yeah.
So in that way, like I said, in that way, it was like, yeah, I think the cool thing is that, like, it evolves like everything else, right? It all evolves. But yeah, I think you just were speaking from the perspective of being two women in a relationship, sharing some of the perspective and some of the, like, ways that our brains work, right? Our pasta
overdrive.
noodles
Good
brains
Lord,
as opposed to the waffle brains, those beautiful waffle brain men that...
I never heard that.
You didn't hear that?
Pasta versus waffle.
Well, they say that, like, our brains are like all of these rolls and everything is like a plate of spaghetti. Like everything touches each other. Yeah. It all is related and connected. And those beautiful men brains are like a waffle, like a Belgian
segmented
waffle. Like, so yeah. So
like this.
Yes. So what's in here is not in here.
Yeah.
So when I connect my A noodle to my Z noodle, Kevin goes from A and can't figure out how to get over there to Z with me.
Like bump wood.
He can't follow me over there because there's no roadway to.
That's fair. And I think it's also important to say, right? I feel like I preface a lot of what I say with, this is my experience. I'm not speaking to all lady couples.
Oh, yeah.
And also not against all heterosexual couples. Just like I know you're not speaking for all.
Can't.
Yeah, you know. And
there's all the versions of all the things.
Right. But I think the reason I wanted to say that is because I feel like we're in such a polarized state, you know, like you're either this or that. And if you're this, then that means you're anti that. And
right.
Hold up, bro.
No,
like I have my experience, and my experience is very real. And it is it's real and it's accurate and it's truthful.
And it's not opposing someone else's experience. It's just your experience.
It's not anti you. It doesn't mean that I'm automatically pro this one over here either. It's just
that's just yours.
Yeah, I'm about mine, and I can be very about mine without shitting on yours. Sure. And I think sometimes when we hear people speak on themselves, especially like, you know, because everything is a scroll and a gotcha, a tag, or I don't know what them things are called, but like, you know, when they label it something that is like a, you know what I'm talking about, when it's a getcha.
A captcha?
No.
a GIF? Don't do that.
A meme?
That was the next.
I know.
Yes.
No, I can't remember. Anyway, when they, you know, everything is just supposed to like catch your eye, right? And so it's like, you know, I'm not
snapshot.
No, and I'm gonna think of it way after this. But anyway,
it feels like you feel like things can be taken out of context.
Yeah.
Because you only have someone's attention for so long.
Correct.
If you only get so we're going to tell your boy Kev to give us all the context if he wants to make a clip out of this.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I think that's a good point though, because I can talk about my experience, but it is very important to note that like my experience with my person does not necessarily represent all of the.
Yeah. Like your experience with Kev is not mama's experience with dad. Nope. Or like, you know.
Or even like as you zoom up, like
mama and papa.
Like my experience with Kev is not the same as every military experience. Or like your experience with Julily as a Latina woman is not the same with everyone else who's Latina. All right. Last question on the toss-up. Have you ever felt unseen inside of our family?
Probably.
This is interesting because you want me to tell you what I think or you want to keep thinking before? You want me to wait?
I want to know what you think.
This immediately makes me think of every baby picture where it was just the 4 girls.
Yeah.
And me and the twins are all like, for example, me, 1, 2 twins were all like, cheese, like to the camera or doing something similar. And Felice is like over there on the floor picking her toenail. Or, okay, fine, not picking a toenail, playing with a toy. Let me not, you know, I'm not saying bad habit, bad hygiene.
No, because the picture she's talking about, they all hugged up. And I'm literally crouched down doing the peace sign. So she stole a piece. We were all, I was piecing.
Fine, you were always cooler. But I'm saying, I think, and I feel like at one point we were like, all the pictures, us 3 are doing something. And Felice is like on her own time, like doing your own thing. Yeah. That's where my mind went to. Not that, but I wonder if that stands out to you. Like we just saw a couple pictures. I don't ever remember feeling like that because I didn't have a twin. I had you.
Yeah. I think I did. Like going back to that time period. And I kind of mentioned it before, like y'all were the girls and I'm a girl, but like I was with the boy. But like, and I do remember feeling like this strange kind of push-pull situation with the expectation that I don't neglect my brother or lead him into anything girly ever.
Okay.
But also do all of the girly things with y'all and just kind of feeling like, I don't know what I don't understand.
Medium between that?
Yeah, because
if he's got to be with me.
I have to be with him. I can't leave him alone. I can't be with y'all, but I also need to want to do what y'all are doing. But
why you say you can't be with us? Like you weren't old enough?
Because I wasn't like grouped with y'all.
Yeah.
And I think it was maybe more so because I had to be with him. And it was like, and our birthdays are so similar. And, you know, we're the furthest in age. Yeah. I mean, besides you to him.
Actually, yes.
But I was next in line to him. And so I think it was, and this could all be, you know, just my brain's interpretation, but like, I remember feeling like torn. Like, I want to go this way, but I feel like I'm told I can't leave him. And I don't want to go over here because he's the only he. I want to go with the she's because I'm a she. And just feeling like I don't know where to go here. And let me take a moment and say, like, my brother is dope and I rock with him heavy.
That's my first baby boy.
He's my boy. And like, I know KJ is my boy, but like my brother is my dog.
First boy.
Yeah. And I don't think we would have gotten to where we are now. Not to say if I hadn't shared his damn pool as opposed to sharing y'all's pool, but
but your relationship wouldn't be what it is if you didn't spend as much time.
If I wasn't as coupled with him. And so but also in allowing our relationship to like change, right? Because if I had held on to that and the animosity of like,
sure,
well, damn, I can't go with the girls because I gotta be over here. And I literally remember one time just feeling like, okay, you know, dad saying like, go race him in the street or go, you know, see if you could flip him or, you know, like making us wrestle. And
vividly remember that.
Right. And then
being grateful I wasn't picked to do that.
Yeah. And then I remember one time mom was taking, my memory is saying all of y'all, but then my adult memory is like, we probably didn't have money for all of y'all to go get y'all nails done.
Interesting. Okay.
Whatever it was, mama was taking maybe one of y'all. And then I think she asked me and I was like, nah, I'm good. And then Dad blew up. You don't want to go get your nails done? Like, what's wrong? You supposed to want to go to, and I remember being so freaking confused in my head. Like, you told me be with him. I'm not supposed
to leave him behind.
You told me go run in the street barefoot with him and wrestle with him and do all of these things. And don't make him like a girl, because don't make him like, and I'm like, okay, you're telling me a girl, don't make him like a girl.
What I'm supposed to make him?
What do I make it? And what do I be? Who do I get to be?
Yeah.
You know?
For yourself.
For me, you know? And so I remember that feeling like just, I don't know which road that I'm supposed to take here. And I think from there kind of, maybe that's what kind of helped the like observingness, observation kind of come through, right? Like, and I'm saying maybe not observing, but like just backseat, right? Like, okay, I can keep my comments.
I'll just be.
Yeah, I'll be here. You want me to go over here? Okay, or I can stay. Like,
so how do you feel like? Okay, 2 questions. One, why do you feel like you were able to not hold that against Jamal? I feel like you see a lot of siblings who really like can't move past things.
Yeah.
You know? Is that something that you feel like you've kind of reconciled and like moved past? Or do you feel like that's really, that speaks to a lot of like who you are today? Yeah. That's both of my questions.
Question number 1, how did I move past it? I think, to be honest, I think like just recognizing the evolution of where Jamal and I have become. Jamal's our little brother. And just recognizing like he's his own person, as am I. You know, I can, whatever road I was supposed to take, or, you know, my dad said to go, I have free will, and I, you know, maybe he wanted me to take the full ride to some extent, because obviously to another extent, the Xavier ride was, I think, well supported. But like I can do what I want, and I will do what I want, which has like that happened, right? Like all I can do is move forward, and I still have my little brother, right? Like he's still over here, and I think also the way that Maul would like look for me in all the small ways, right? Like I was just talking with him a while ago about like, man, I remember you used to call me to watch you or to sit with you while you played like Donkey Kong or something, right? And I'd be like, ugh. You know, sometimes, or I might start off like, ugh, and then by the end I'm like, bro, you missed the banana, you know, and like just allowing it to be what it is, and I think also like other life experiences have encouraged me, forced me to a point where like I gotta look forward, and like in every moment, and so yeah, it's not always something that I do off the rip, but I think for the big things, I try to find a way to like, okay, where are we at now? This is what it was. This sucked for these reasons, or this was hard. This is how it is affecting me to this point, and what can I do from this point now? Like, and I say this a lot with my students, like facing forward, right? Like you can look back, but then you can be turned to the side. Like if you run backwards, your coach is gonna fuss at you because you're slowing down.
Not getting nowhere.
Yeah, face forward and go that way. Forward way. Onward. So yeah.
To me, it sounds like.
Oh, and I forgot the second question.
No, it's okay. It's all right. To me, it sounds like a lot of the different parts of you and things and experiences you had, Lord, allowed you to continue. Like you talked in the beginning about feeling like evolution was important, like evolving. Yeah. Like that's something that's like true to your core. So it sounds like some of the things in your core and then some of the things around you, like being in a supportive environment in college or being in a place where you were comfortable enough to maybe sit with yourself to not have to be somebody else, have like allowed you to kind of move forward. So moving from that.
Yeah. and also the people around me, right? Like one of the questions.
Yeah.
Like family.
Yeah.
But also, and I know I've talked a lot about family, but also the friends that I've had and people who maybe even fell off, who are no longer in my current circle, but
They serve
definitely
the purpose.
like taught me things that stuck with me and stick with me still, and are things that I would want to continue to give off, or are all things that I think helped to mold me in my current state, and who knows what the next state will be, because hopefully it ain't the same as my right now state.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, we have our mixed ingredients,
Cool.
or as I like to say, ingredients. I don't know why. I just like to say
You do
ingredients.
like to say that.
I do. All right. What we want to talk about is what you do for a living. So like at the end of the last segment, we talked about how the different things that you've described through childhood, or like that you're like are foundational to you, kind of helped you to like navigate through situations that were less than ideal. And that like encourage you for forward moving. So tell me about what you do, what your profession is, and if that's related, if any of that other stuff is related. I feel like,
Yeah. So I am a licensed professional counselor
Do you see the sparkles?
and supervisor.
Sparkles.
And I work in a high school here in New Orleans. New Orleans. In New Orleans. And I think if I hadn't gone to grad school, well, obviously I wouldn't be a licensed professional counselor. But if I hadn't gone to grad school, I would not have even thought that my earlier experiences led me into counseling.
Really?
Yeah. Because let me tell you how I got here. So Xavier, right? Only picked it because it's home and Katie. That's it. What I'm a major, you know what my major was? When
Psychology.
Computer science.
What?
That was my first. Because I had no idea.
But I thought people who don't know have no idea say psychology.
I didn't get that memo. Nobody told me to sign up for psychology.
All right, computer science.
Yeah, and I took, I don't know, something. This is a long time. It's crazy that it was this long ago at this point. But I took some course and I was like,
not computer
not gonna do
science.
But another course that I got was Intro to Psych. And so I was like, oh, this is a cool class. Dr. Elizabeth Hammer.
All right.
She Hammer. Shout out to Xavier. Man, she made that class so interesting. It was like, she's the one that talked about evolutionary psych, and she's like, everything boils down to evolutionary psych.
You were like, I buy that.
Yeah. And then, she just was like, she would just talk about all, like, so many different things. And I was just like, this is interesting. Like, I don't know what I would do with this. Got no clue, but like, I want to know more about this.
It. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think, again, that's what helped me to become more of an academic, is just being intrigued. Yeah. Right. Like, this is not what you're talking about geometry. This is something that I'm curious about. Like, I just want to know more. And so I had Intro to Psych, and then I don't remember the first class I had with Hammer. They are married. Dr. Elliot Hammer. But whatever his class was, the way that he taught, like, first of all, they were both so passionate about it. They were like, like just very, excited kind of teachers or professors, and they cared about their work. They cared about their students. Dr. Hammer took me to my first conference, and I was like, what the heck is a conference? Like, I never even heard of this. People bring you to these things, and then they pay you for it, or like and then you get lunch.
He was also in psychology?
Yeah, both of them.
Nice.
Both of them. And so, so they're both in the psych department at Xavier, even to this day. Like, they're still in the psych department. They're just two really dope people. Like, they were probably meant to be teachers, educators. Shout outs to the Hammers. And so they just like fed my interest in psychology. And then I started learning about like career options in psychology. Obviously ended up majoring in psychology. And and then graduated and was like, that's it. Came with
Did it.
Yeah.
And then she became a babysitter.
Yeah.
We were living in Japan and we were like, so we heard you graduated or whatever. You doing something for like, I don't know, 3 months?
Nope.
And she was like, nope, I'm coming to you.
Yeah.
And she came out there.
Again, no regrets. No regrets.
What kind of big sister am I? I didn't say like, you like have a job.
I had a place to stay and food.
You always had food, girlfriend.
See?
And you even had a baby.
Yeah, my godchild and everything. So, yeah, I didn't have a plan right out of college for 2 years.
That's crazy now that I think about it.
It is.
That was kind of selfish of me.
It's not. See, and this is why I say, like, could you hurt my feelings? No. This is my question. The answer is no. So, yeah. So then, I'm working in a warehouse when I get back. Soot everywhere in my nose and my ears and my hands. I'm asthmatic. This is not good. This is not a long-term situation. And then I guess from like ACT scores, I don't know how this damn pamphlet comes in the mail to me. And it's this school in Chicago for counseling. And I was like, sure. And then I end up in Chicago for 2 years.
Which is crazy because y'all, she don't like being cold. Let me tell you, I'm hot now because she don't like being cold. Okay. So Chicago was bold.
That's the preface.
Yeah.
Very bold, but I didn't even know. That was a
about
silly
it being
kind of,
about it being cold.
I mean, I knew it was cold, but I don't think I really got it. And
you didn't. And you
we
didn't.
went from New Orleans to Georgia.
Yeah,
to
that's
back
true.
to New Orleans,
And we got up to Georgia like, wow, it's so cold here. And then we went right on back down to New Orleans. Like,
yeah. So. Yeah, went to Chicago, grad school, and that's where, I mean, obviously prior to grad school, I was considering it.
Yeah.
But in grad school, like the question I said, if I hadn't been to grad school, would I have thought this? So one of the questions
was tied together.
Yeah, is, why do you want to be a counselor? Right? And
that's what they ask you?
Yeah. And I remember one professor, he's literally, I don't know, it's maybe 25 of us in the room or something. And he's going through all of us. Why do you want to be a counselor? And so, one person's like, well, I just wanted to help people because, and also let me say, by grad school, not an HBCU. Okay. When I thought I was going to Xavier again, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. Met some great people. Shout out. Not an HBCU.
Mm-hmm.
So, I wanted to help people and I wanted to make sure that, I could just give people advice. And then like, whatever your answer was, he's like, and why? What makes you think that you can give advice to people? Oh. And he was just like, the point was not to like shame you or anything, but it was to like
make you think a little bit.
You think you have it all figured out. Have you really thought about it?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like you're giving this service level answer,
mm-hmm.
but the whole point of counseling, or one of the factors of counseling, is to like go deeper, right? There's more to it.
Yeah.
And so, everybody's like, well, I had my own experiences and I wanted to be able to help a younger me, or, whatever kind of hypothetical something. It's like, why? And it's like, oh, well, because I needed that. Why? Mm-hmm. there's always a more, a deeper question, until you get to the point where you're like, am I about to cry right now? Like, what the hell? And it's like, that's probably the real answer, And I think just
so you're watching everybody and your heart's like, you had the answer.
My answer.
Yeah,
right? Like,
you had it when he first asked.
Yeah.
Why? And you're like, oh, got it. Boom.
Yeah.
First time he said why.
My service level answer was like, oh, well, I've always been like a person that people just naturally tell things to. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't know what else I was going to do. So this was...
And I couldn't stay in Japan forever.
Right. Segue. But then, and to be honest, I don't even know what my answer was because, again, like he's just pulling.
Yeah.
But just so that's how I got to counseling. And then what was the second part of that question?
I just said,
oh,
what do you do? And I guess it was kind of like, you mentioned it when you were like, you said, I wouldn't have thought that those things were related to me
Yeah.
becoming a counselor before I went to grad school.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of like my question was like, how do
Yeah.
you think those things play into it? So,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
having
yeah.
gone to grad school, what do you know about the things that made you like, how do
Yeah.
you see, what is the connection that you've made?
I
What
think-
is the answer to the question?
What is the why do I do counseling?
Aha.
Okay, this might sound kind of like cheesy, but
But I will say, I feel like when you really do like something, like when you really do like what you do, or like
it'd be a cheesy answer.
it does,
Or a cliche, right?
It seems cliche, but it's
know.
like your actual answer.
And that's what, and sometimes I end up saying like a cliche is a cliche for a reason. Right?
Yes.
Like it got to the level of clichéness.
Yeah. So don't disqualify your answer is what I'm saying.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think people want to tell their story, right? Like people want to talk about themselves and feel heard and you know, sometimes there's a challenge or like I can't move past this trauma or I can't figure this, you know, get over this hurdle or like whatever. And so sometimes there's like this seeking out of help or support or resources. But I do think to a large extent, maybe not more than the overcoming trauma, but people want to connect with somebody else and feel seen and heard and
Validated
and not judged, right? Like I'm enough. I'm okay. Like, oh, okay, yeah, you had this terrible trauma and you forgot your daughter's birthday and you just got fired. Okay. I'm glad that you're here. You know, what is it that you want to talk about? It's like, oh, cool. Now I feel like kind of invigorated. So, I think it doesn't take nothing. Well, I mean, it takes something, but I think it's work that I want to do to help in that way. And I'm like cautious of saying help because I don't think counseling is about like helping somebody or like giving advice. I think it's just being with somebody.
Yeah, like holding space and kind of
Holding
sitting
that
with
space,
being present.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my answer.
I was thinking something, but it kind of left. So one no. So one question is, so what does that look like in an inner city school in New Orleans?
Excellent question.
Because it's different with adults for lots of reasons, like laws, and then within the school system. So just like the way that I practice in a hospital, it has to be according to the hospital.
Right.
Like for me, leaving the hospital gave me a sense of freedom. And yet, I mean, I still know that in the hospital, like that's it, there's a need. So I wonder if you feel similarly too about like being within a high school or like within a system like that.
Yeah, there's absolutely standards and expectations and rules and regulations and policies and procedures and all the other things that have to be followed.
You like those things.
Yeah, I love them. And of course, they're there for a reason.
Right, yes,
right?
of course.
And unfortunately, but also maybe fortunately, I can't even tell you how many like DCFS reports I've made based on things that have been shared. How many police conversations or interviews or like how many times
Interactions.
like missing persons reports and things like that. So there's in the school and working in a public school in New Orleans. Again, I'm gonna speak from my experience, but I think it's a pretty shared experience.
Yeah.
This is common. There is a lot of trauma, right? And when we talk about trauma and people are like, oh, it's such a broad definition. I just encourage everybody to go check out the ACEs, right? Adverse Childhood Experiences. Do whatever kind of research you want on that.
That's a website?
No. So the ACEs
It's a report?
It's a questionnaire.
Okay.
I think a questionnaire. It's like 10 questions. Very simple questions. It's not like a cognitive assessment.
Not like these questions.
No, it's like, did your parents get divorced?
So, and you ask each student.
You can. Well, I was saying that to say, like, for people to understand what can be considered trauma.
Oh, okay.
Is to like explore ACEs.
I see.
But adverse childhood experience, whatever is adverse, and they're typically things that you don't. They're so commonplace in certain cities, in certain areas, that you don't think of it as traumatic.
Right.
Right. Like somebody dying, seeing somebody die, a parent being incarcerated, not having a parent present, alcohol, drink, smoking, like all of these things, divorce. I don't know if I said divorce, but like, these are things that are so commonplace. What I see is that the students can get overlooked, or like their reactions to everyday things can be I'll say this. There's a quote, I don't remember who said it. Abnormal reactions to abnormal events are normal, right? I maybe missaid it in some kind
No,
of
but
way,
I get what you're saying.
right? So like, if
Someone dies, we respond like we lose our, we're not like, oh man, that person died. We have a irrational
you
response.
should do that,
Yes.
right?
That makes sense.
It makes sense. But what isn't talked about is how, and there's another kind of a scenario where, if you almost get hit by a bus, or like if you're driving and you almost get in an accident, you know how like
you feel it.
Yeah.
All
And then
that
once you're
adrenaline.
finished and you can feel it like kind of
Yes.
dissipate all the way back, right?
Yes.
When you walk into work, people don't know that just happened unless you say it.
Sure.
Right? A lot of and that's one example with a car accident.
Yeah.
If you're witnessing one parent hit the other parent, or somebody hit one of your parents, or you just stayed up all night because you didn't have food in the house, or
whatever it is.
A through 1 million,
Right.
skip all the letters, right? Then you might walk into the school building, and when somebody says take your headphones off, you're like, man, y'all always in here tripping on something, And
So
then
you have
you're
an
like,
abnormal response to something that seems like a totally rational.
totally right. But your reaction is normal.
Yeah.
Because of what just happened. I don't
Right.
know it. And maybe because you're too young, or you have not explored your emotions enough.
It hasn't been presented to you to even try to explore these emotions.
Right.
You're just trying to deal.
Exactly. You're just trying to move to the next thing, right? And so when it gets to that point, it becomes a systemic issue, a systematic.
Well, because then that person responds to the response,
Correct.
not to what is causing the response.
Correct.
And
Or
so-
even to the person, right?
Yeah.
Hey, can you step to the side?
Yeah,
for a
like
second?
what's going on? That seems like a lot.
Yeah.
Then it just becomes this like, all of y'all kids this is
Correct.
me guessing. I don't work in no high
Absolutely.
school. But
Absolutely.
yeah, but I can see it becoming that quickly.
Absolutely. And I think there's a lot to greeting a student in the morning, wishing them well during their day, to like offset that, right? If I'm pissed off and I got my music going because that's the only way I can block things out, or that's the way that I can function, and you come in and you go like this and you say, hey, remember to take your headphones off. Have a good day. And then you got first period, right? You know where you're going. A quick little check-in. I can bring you down. Am I bringing you from a 9 to a 3? Probably not.
Right.
Probably
But
not.
we're still going this way.
We're going down.
And walking into a place where you're supposed to be receptive to receive things.
Correct.
So if you're at a 9, how much are you receiving at that point?
Correct. How much are you receiving? How willing are you to receive anything beyond that?
Right.
And
What's your capacity for receiving? Maybe I already said that. But so what it sounds like is, like I mentioned, being in the school system, there's all rules, regulations, etc. But what you're describing is that there is a need for it. No?
Yes, I think what I meant in terms of like rules, regulations is like, okay, you can't have your phone in the building, right? Louisiana law, you can't have your cell phone. a lot of youths interpret that as, man, my school tripping. It's like, no, guys, this is state law.
Correct.
They don't always hear that, right? What I always try to say is like frontal lobe. That ain't finished, guys. Literally not finished. It is forming.
Correct.
You're asking rational questions. Wonderful. Thank you for asking that. They can probably process that. They're not there yet. And so I think that, yes, the rules and regulations are there in place. However, I think that we could do a better job of explaining that to young people. Also, like providing an opportunity to challenge that.
But what I was talking about was that your role is needed, not the rules and regulations.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I was confused when you were like, well.
Yeah. No, I think it's absolutely needed, which is, such a shame that SEL is so.
Which is
social emotional learning.
Okay.
And it has become so targeted. That's unnecessary. That's secondary. It's been teased out of,
but
also literally targeted, right? Like there was, I don't remember what the group was, but I don't remember what it was, but some kind of right wing group, Moms for Something, was going in on like SEL, take SEL out of schools.
Really? When?
A couple years back.
Okay.
All
right.
Yeah, but just for the purpose of like it's not necessary, right? You need to focus on academics. You need to focus on the ABCs: academics, behavior, coursework.
Okay.
I'm sorry, attendance, behavior, coursework. And so for that to be labeled as secondary or even tertiary, when in reality, if I literally just walked in after seeing some big boy stuff happen,
yeah,
I'm not able to
right
talk. I'm not interested in learning.
No.
Or engaging with my peers or like anything that you got to say.
Mm-hmm.
And so it becomes a very I think it becomes challenging for someone in my role to say like, hey everybody, I work here because people believe that I have a role and that it is important enough for me to be here. And also my role is such that like, I can't even tell you why I'm saying these things because of confidentiality.
Right.
But I just need you to respect that I'm here. I respect when I walk into your classroom, I won't talk because you're in the middle of a lesson, or I'll wait, whatever it is. That's my respect for you. If I'm saying something, if I'm advocating for something, if I'm suggesting something, there's a reason for it.
Just know it. Do you get a lot of pushback?
Yes.
Why do you think? Is it like a bigger thing? Like, do you think that person in that role, like the people who are pushing back, don't get enough recognition for what they do, or don't get enough instruction on how to do what they do? I don't know.
No, I think maybe it is the feeling like they don't have enough recognition piece. But I think what ends up happening is people feel, again, like my stuff is back burner, right? Like,
just less important.
Yeah, it's not, or, well, they need to, this kid needs to understand that this is how you respect people, or, you don't.
So it sounds like a lack of understanding, like it sounds sort of like, because I don't know. I mean, I guess we got that. And here it speaks to the different schools that you go to. Like, I feel like we probably got that, but we also got that within our family network of educators who understood that. I don't remember it specifically, but I wonder if that speaks to those people and how they were taught to communicate and their trauma that was normalized. So it seems,
I did it. And they're going to do it too. And it's like, okay, maybe. But also, so I think it can be like that lack of recognition, but also a lack of understanding. And And, because I've worked at several different schools or tangentially with a couple of different schools. And I think that there's kind of like this air of superiority almost. And like, well, we have to get these scores. And it's like, I understand that. And I'm literally in
trying to help
support
you.
of that.
Yeah.
This is not going to, deter. In fact, it will, if you look at X, Y, and Z, A through Z studies, you'll see when you incorporate SEL, you've got kids that play along each other. You've got kids that ask questions. You've got, you know what I mean? Like you've got better attendance. Your
morale and all of that.
Yeah, you're improving on all factors, but you do need the buy-in. And I need 100% of staff buy-in. And so, yeah.
So what do you see? How do you see things moving forward? Like what do you see any things within your practice within schools, like leading to an up? Like if we're at a place where you're like, okay, this is what needs to happen. Do you see some things happening? You see some
Change
things
on the horizon?
Yes.
I mean, I like to say, yeah.
Why?
I would like to say, yeah, because I'm a hopeful person. Do I see that? Not necessarily. And I think the charter school system in New Orleans has a lot to do with that because we all operate
separately.
There's no, everybody. I mean, there is that, right? Like we should have that, but there's not somebody that's checking to make sure that that's happening or that what you're doing at your school, which is really working, right? Because there are some schools that have it beautifully. They're not like, okay, we're gonna just copy paste. And so,
so maybe that's the question. Is like, what do you hope for that? Like, how do you envision it?
I just think, and maybe I don't understand enough to understand why this can't work. But I just feel like, look at the schools that are doing well across the board in the ABCs. Have the schools that are not doing so well visit. Maybe look at some lesson plans or curriculum, SEL curriculum, PTO kind of meetings, parental family engagement. Like look at all these things and copy and paste it. Literally. I don't know if it's ego that gets in the way of that happening. I don't know if it's time. I don't know if it's people being selfish and like, no, you can't have our school
because we want to stay.
Yeah. I would like to believe that option C is not what's happening, but I also I can't think of a reason why it isn't happening. And it's the young people, the literal future who are bearing the burden, who are suffering the most from our egos or
whatever the barrier is.
Yeah. But I'll say this, because I don't like to like end it on a negative, right? I do think that having mental health staff, even though there's not nearly enough, it's me to roughly 1,000. It's not.
You mean you couldn't just manage 1,000?
Crazy. Silly.
Lazy.
I know, right? So, that's insane, right?
Yes.
One teacher to 30 students is like, whoa.
Correct.
So why would 1 to 1,000, again, roughly, why would that make sense? And we're talking about mental health, which is very prevalent in this city.
And layered and takes time and repetition and trust and all of that. And
still, although it is not as, there are not as many of us, I do think that those of us that exist, whether counselors or social workers, I think that it is a necessary feat and that we just try.
And you are making a difference. Sometimes, I remember before I left the hospital, I would sometimes be there for like hours and hours and hours. And I would come home frustrated because maybe when I left, I saw someone who recently delivered and maybe no one was on the schedule the next day, or like whatever, for whatever reason, I'm like, dang, it's going to be a minute before anyone gets there. And just looking at what's going on, I'm like, that's going to be tough, you know, or I anticipate that might be tough for this person. And Caitlin told me, she was like, but even if you were there for 24 hours, like even if you never left, you still couldn't see everybody, you know? And so, and it's not reasonable for you to try. And that's like institution level. But what does matter is the people that you do affect, that you are present, that you do bring that level of care, that you use your professionalism like to the best that you can in that circumstance. Yeah. Which I always know you do.
I mean, I be trying.
That's all we can do.
I just try. Yeah.
Well, we have to wrap it up.
All right.
We have to go into our last and final segment before we say so long, farewell. All right. Here we are at the final bite. Yeah. This is your opportunity to leave the guests with whatever you want. Tell them, leave a lasting message. Say something to the people.
Okay. No pressure.
No, none at all. And no guidance really either.
Yeah. I guess if there's one final thing, man, trying to just like pick through all my wisdom here, you know? Kidding.
It doesn't have to be wisdom. But I think question.
Okay, yeah. Maybe it would be a challenge, right? Like challenge yourself. I think just that. Challenge yourself in some new way, right? Whether that is environmental, right?
Recycle. What's it? Glass half full. Recycle your glass.
Can you recycle your glass? Do you have a recycling bin at home? It's free. 311.
Put in your request.
Is it an environmental challenge? Is it a political challenge, right? Did you vote? Did you understand what you're voting for? Did you try? Challenge yourself physically, right? Emotionally, right? Like, do you lock up and just say, this is what it is? And I'm not going any further. I'm not going to talk to somebody about it. I don't care. Challenge yourself in your relationship. Whatever, challenge yourself in some new way. Ask your child a question, right? When's the last question that you asked your kid? Or, I don't know, open-ended. Challenge yourself to evolve to the next level.
Be open to evolution.
Be open, yeah. That's my talk. I'm gonna say final bite. That's my final bite.
Okay, this has been another episode of the Salad Bowl Podcast. We want to thank FIFA-line. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And sharing and for putting our this much of our sisterhood on display.
Oh, yeah.
We hope you've enjoyed. Yeah. And come back more for more of your boys Kev next time.
Thanks.
You are now tuned in to the Salad Bowl. You are now tuned in to the...
Listen up, don't care if you about to pass out or you just getting up. You really did your thing with this one, Kevin, gotta give it up. Messages you bring and be motivation to live it up. We out here really normalizing authenticity. Can't be talking all the time cause that mean you ain't listening. I think you look better when you smile, I see you glistening. Communication helping me to see what you envisioning. Yeah, back to the mission then. Whether you black, white, brown, yellow, or green, more can be accomplished as a team. Together the problem is never as hard as it may seem. Lot of captivating convos like Martin telling his dream. We choosing curiosity over certainty. You should certainly subscribe to this one here with some urgency. This a win. Even Callie know you are now tuned in to the Salad Bowl.
Salad Bowl Podcast.
It's the Salad Bowl Podcast.
You are now tuned in to the Salad Bowl.
It's the Salad Bowl Podcast.
Yeah, you are now tuned in to the...
It's the Salad Bowl Podcast.
You are now tuned in to the Salad Bowl.
You are now tuned into the Salad Bowl Podcast with Kevin Thompson.